as usual. Okay, so topic வந்து நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ண போறது இன்னைக்கு work and energy தான். So we'll try to complete the topic. இன்னைக்கு கம்ப்ளீட் பண்றது ட்ரை பண்ணலாம். Okay, so work வந்து நம்ம டேட் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணும்போது work வந்து there are two things are there. Okay, so W is equal to Fs with constant force வந்து W is equal to Fs with variable force வந்து closed integral. So displacement initial part to the final part F into ds. Okay, it is with respect to the constant force, it is with respect to your variable force. Work on the three types இருக்கு. Positive work இருக்கு, negative work இருக்கு, and zero work. Positive work, negative work, and zero work. So there are three types of works are there. So நம்ம வந்து நேத்து டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தோம். And as usual, நம்ம வந்து work based பண்ணி டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணும்போது there is a theorem called work energy theorem. Work energy theorem வந்து W is equal to change in its kinetic energy. That means kinetic energy final minus kinetic energy initial. This is your change in kinetic energy. இது வரைக்கும் தான் நம்ம நேத்து டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிருக்கோம். Now, so here when we are discussing about the work function, நம்மளுக்கு வந்து யூனிட் வந்து ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். யூனிட் வந்து ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். So the unit for work is nothing but your joule. So நம்ம வந்து யூனிட்ஸ் மெஷர்மென்ட்ல நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிருக்கோம். அதே CS யூனிட் வந்து we called as erg. We called as erg. So joule வந்து MKS unit SI and erg is nothing but your SI CGS unit. And இதுல there is one more unit is there. So one more unit is there. That one more unit is nothing but your electrical energy unit. So that is your electrovolt. EV and சொல்லிட்டு நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணோம். Electrovolt. So when you are converting this electrovolt into joules, so we have to multiply with its charge value. So 1.6 into 10⁻⁻19 joules. இது மெமரைஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. So this is nothing but electrovolt. இது வந்து electrostaticsல வரும். திரும்பி work functionல இந்த டாபிக் வரும். Electrovolt, 1 electrovolt equal to 1.6 into 10⁻⁻19 joules. 1.6 into 10⁻⁻19 joules. So this is your electrovolt to joule conversion. Okay, so related to this one, so a problem panla, then we'll go to the next concept. Okay, take a question. A question note panikonga. Okay, chinna question. Okay, question is, in a ballistics demonstration, okay, comma, a police officer fires a bullet. A police officer fires a bullet of mass 50 grams. A police officer fires a bullet of mass 50 grams with a speed of 200 meter per second. With a speed of 200 meter per second. I'll repeat the question. In a ballistics demonstration, a police officer fires a bullet of mass 50 grams with a speed of 200 meter per second. With a speed of 200 meter per second. Okay, on soft plywood of thickness 2 centimeters. On soft plywood of thickness 2 centimeters. The bullet emerges with only 10% of its initial kinetic energy. The bullet emerges with only 10% of its initial kinetic energy. 10% of its initial kinetic energy. What is the emergent speed of the bullet? I'll repeat the question. In a ballistics demonstration, if police officer fires a bullet of mass 50 grams with a speed of 200 meter per second, okay, into a plywood of thickness 2 centimeters, the bullet emerges with only 10% of its kinetic energy, with only 10% of its initial kinetic energy. What is the emergent speed of the bullet? Okay, when it is emerging, so it is 10% of its kinetic energy. We are going to find its velocity or the speed. Okay, now we'll see one by one. So when we shot it, whatever the mass we are discussing, this is your mass of the bullet and this is your initial speed. It is 200 meter per second. Okay, so now we are going to convert these grams into kgs. So it is 50 grams, it is 0.50 kgs. So mass is 0.50 kgs. We know the initial velocity. We are going to find the kinetic energy, initial kinetic energy. So initial kinetic energy initial is equal to half m/u square. So try to find the initial kinetic energy. Then after finding the initial kinetic energy, so we are going to find the final kinetic energy. Final kinetic energy it is 10% of its initial kinetic energy. Final kinetic energy 10% of its initial kinetic energy. So after getting it, So equate this one with respect to your half mv square. Half mv square. So final kinetic energy V we need to find. Okay. So try to find the initial kinetic energy first. Try பண்ணுங்க. So M தெரியும், U தெரியும். Try to find this one. Initial kinetic energy. What is the value of initial kinetic energy? பண்றீங்களா? Okay, நானே பண்றேன். So initial kinetic energy is 200, yes, no, 1000, yes, good. Okay, so it is 1000 joules. So initial kinetic energy is 1000 joules. Now we are going to find the final kinetic energy. ஏன்னா இப்போ bullet ஓட final velocity தான் கண்டுபிடிக்கும். So for that they have given final kinetic energy is 10% of its initial kinetic energy. So 10% of 1000 joules. 10% of 1000 joules is nothing but 100 joules. So final kinetic energy on the 100 joules because it is 10% of 1000 joules is 100 joules. Now we got the kinetic energy final. We are going to find the final velocity. So half m v square is equal to 100. Okay, so v square is equal to, so it is a 2 into 100 by m. So it is square. Try to find the velocity v from this relation. What is the velocity? Okay, you take the value, நீங்க வந்து try பண்ணுங்க. So answer வந்து velocity it is around 63 something. Okay, one second. So answer is around 63.2 meter per second. Velocity is 63.2 meter per second. நீங்க வந்து try பண்ணுங்க. Just take the answer. We'll see the next one. Answer note பண்ணிக்கோங்க. It is 63.2 meter per second. 63.2 meter per second. Take the value. Okay, so next one, next conditions நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். So கொஞ்சம் faster போலாம், நம்ம problems நிறைய இருக்கு. Over. Answer மட்டும் நோட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. You just try it later. So kinetic energy வந்து நான் half mv square ல relate பண்ணிட்டு final velocity நான் find it பண்ணேன். So v is equal to square root of 2 into 100 by m. Try to find the values. Okay, ma. Next one, energy. Next heading is energy. Next heading is energy. So detail simple relations. So we'll try to complete the relations, then we'll do some problems. So energies are of two types actually. So energies on the two types. One on the potential energy and second one is kinetic energy. Okay, so potential energy is nothing but by virtue of its position. So with respect to its position, when we are discussing about the energies, it is your potential energy. By virtue of its motion, we'll discuss about the kinetic energy. Potential energy relation on the, we'll discuss it as mgh, kinetic energy on the half m v square. So we already know these relations. Now there is one more thing called total energy. Total energy is nothing but your combination of potential energy plus kinetic energy. Total energy is nothing but your combination of potential energy and kinetic energy. Now, when we are discussing about this potential energy, kinetic energy, there is a force called conservative force. Okay, force on the or conservative force and non-conservative force. There are two types of forces. Okay, conservative force. conservative force and non-conservative force. A small thing only, conservative force. So when we are discussing about the conservative force, for example, or object and ஒரு point and இன்னொரு point க்கு travel ஆயிருக்கு. For example, there is an object A point and B point க்கு travel ஆயிருக்கு. A point and B point க்கு travel ஆயிருக்கு. When it is traveling, okay, so is not depend, it is independent of path. So when we are discussing about the independent of path, is nothing but your conservative force. Remember, it is independent of path. Independent of path. So path on the fixed career, it was varying. So it was independent of path. We'll discuss about the conservative force. Non-conservative force, it was dependent on path. Non-conservative force, it was dependent on path. Remember this, independent and dependent on the paths. Now, when we're discussing about this relation, so there is a concept called conservation of energy. There is a concept called conservation of energy. So we'll discuss about the conservation of energy. Conservation of energy we'll discuss with respect to potential energy and as well as your kinetic energy. So for that, what I'll do, I'll take a small example. So I'll take a small example. Assume there is an object, or a chinna object. Okay, so it has its own mass. From A point, I'm just dropping towards the ground. Okay, so an object on the now particular height na place pandren. From the height h, now on the object on the na release pandren. When I'm releasing it, it was at a particular height. Okay, now release பண்ணும்போது what will happen? It will try to travel from A point towards B point. Okay, now we'll see what will happen at A point. A point கிட்ட potential energy என்ன ஆகும், அதே மாதிரி kinetic energy என்ன ஆகும் பார்க்கலாம். So this concept is nothing but your law of conservation. Law of conservation is nothing but energy neither be created nor destroyed, but it will transfer from one point to other point. Also discuss பண்ணிருக்கோம். So நான் வந்து ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து A பாயிண்ட் கிட்ட வந்து நான் டிராப் பண்ணும்போது சேம் எனர்ஜி கான்ஸ்டன்டா இருக்குமா இல்லையா நம்ம செக் பண்றது தான் திஸ் ரிலேஷன். So the heading is conservation of energies. So during a free fall of a body, சின்ன கான்செப்ட். Now we'll see. So A பாயிண்ட் கிட்ட potential energy என்ன ஆகும், kinetic energy என்ன ஆகும் பார்க்கலாம். So நான் ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து A பாயிண்ட் கிட்ட நான் பிளேஸ் பண்றேன் at a particular height. So the relation will be mgh. The relation will be mgh. So நான் வந்து ஹைட்ல பிளேஸ் பண்ணதுனால பொட்டன்ஷியல் எனர்ஜி, பட் இந்த ஆப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து ஹைட்ல இருக்கு, பட் there is no velocity because it is at your initial condition. So velocity is equal to 0, so total energy is equal to 0. So total energy, kinetic energy is 0. So total energy enaகும் potential energy plus kinetic energy, which is mgh. At A point, the energy is mgh. A point, the energy is mgh. Now at B point பார்க்கலாம். At B point என்ன ஆகும்னா இந்த ஆப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து டிராவல் ஆயிருக்கு. இந்த ஆப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து at particular velocity it was traveling. Velocity travel ஆயிருக்கு. So இந்த ஆப்ஜெக்ட் B point கிட்ட potential energy will be 0 because height h is equal to 0. At B point, potential energy will be 0 because height h is equal to 0. Now we'll see the relation. Kinetic energy இருக்கும். Kinetic energy என்ன இருக்கும்? Kinetic energy is nothing but your half mv square. Kinetic energy is nothing but your half mv square. So half mv square சொல்லும்போது we are going to relate with respect to velocity. ஏன்னா இந்த ஆப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து ஒரு particular distance travel ஆயிதா it was reaching the B point. So when it is reaching, we are going to take the relation. So v square minus u square is equal to 2g. The height of the object is h. So v square minus u square is equal to 2gh. ஏன்னா இந்த ஆப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து ரெஸ்ட் கண்டிஷன் வந்து டிராவல் ஆகுறதுனால I'll take u as 0. So v square is equal to 2gh. Now what I'll do in the v square and I'll substitute here. So which is equal to half m into 2gh. 2 will get cancelled is equal to mgh. So total energy is both potential plus kinetic, which is equal to mgh. So here if you see that A point kita energy, B point kita energy, it will be same. So this is nothing but your conservation. Or object வந்து ஒரு particular height ல வந்து நான் drop பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன்னா A point kita B point kita, even if you are taking in between also, okay, in the point la nee eduthalum the total energy will be constant. This is nothing but your law of conservation. Okay, this is the law of conservation. When you draw a graph for this one, okay, idhula edha doubt inna you can ask me. Idu chinna concept da. So this is nothing but your conservation. Just showing ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து ஒரு A point and B point க்கு ஒரு particular height la free falling வந்து travel ஆகும்போது energies வந்து constant ஆ இருக்கும். அந்த energy தான் it is nothing but your mgh. Okay, so இது வந்து it was constantly varying. Now you will see a graph for it. So இதோட graph எப்படி இருக்குன்னா, so when we are discussing with respect to total and kinetic and potential. So for example, it is your height base பண்ணி தான் நான் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்றேன். So and it is your energy. It is your energy. Now we'll see the condition. So at a particular height, so the potential energy will be maximum. So assuming this is your height. Okay, at a particular height, the potential energy will be there. At zero, at the origin, potential energy will be zero. So this line is your potential energy. Okay, so this is your line, potential energy. Now, potential energy H இருக்கும்போது தான் maximum இருக்கும். At zero, it will be zero. Now, same thing for kinetic energy. Kinetic energy at particular height, the kinetic energy is equal to zero. And when it is zero, the kinetic energy will be maximum. So, this is your graph for kinetic energy. Okay, so this line is your potential energy and this line is your kinetic energy. So same thing, when you are adding these two, the total energy will be there. So the total energy will be constant always. So this line is your total energy. So total energy, potential energy and kinetic energy. This is your graph when we are relating the free fall object, okay, with respect to your energies. Okay, is there any doubt in that? You can ask me. There are some problems out there. We'll discuss those problems. Okay, remember when we are discussing about the potential energy, we call it as a gravitational potential energy, which is mgh. We call it as gravitational potential energy, which is mgh. Okay, right. So we'll do one problem on this one. Then we'll see the next concept. Okay, our problem note panikonga. Okay, so take a problem. Okay, how much? Sorry, problem is how high must a body? How high must a body be lifted? How high must a body be lifted? To gain an amount of potential energy? How high must a body be lifted to gain an amount of potential energy? Gain an amount of potential energy equal to the kinetic energy. Gain an amount of potential energy equal to the kinetic energy. It has been moved at a speed of 20 meters per second. It has moved at a speed of 20 meters per second. I'll repeat the question. How high must a body be lifted to gain an amount of potential energy equal to kinetic energy when it has moved at a speed of 20 meters per second? The value of acceleration due to gravity is small g is 9.8 meter per second square. 9.8 meter per second square. So they have given the velocity and they have given the acceleration due to gravity. இதுல நான் என்ன find out பண்ணனும்னா potential energy and the height வந்து எந்த heightல இருக்கு potential energy and kinetic energy ரெண்டு சேமா இருக்கும். At which condition potential energy and kinetic energy ரெண்டு சேமா இருக்கும். What is the height h? So அந்த height நான் find out பண்ணனும். So in the condition அவனே கொடுத்துட்டான் potential energy is equal to kinetic energy when the particular height. So potential energy is nothing but your mgh. Kinetic energy is nothing but half mv square. Kinetic energy is nothing but your half mv square. So from this relation, we are going to find the height h. So h find out pannu. You பார்க்கும்போது mm will get cancelled. So from this relation, so h is equal to v square by 2g. Remember, h is equal to v square by 2g. So v எனக்கு தெரியும், g எனக்கு தெரியும். Try to find the h. Find the h.
Meters, sir.
No, ma. Nalla பாருங்க, it is 20 square, right? 20 square by 2 into 9.8. Approximate one. ஐயோ இல்ல, கொஞ்சம் think பண்ணுங்க. இது 20 square. So 20 square by 2 into 9.8. 20 square by 2 into 9.8. $40.8. No, ma. Answer is not 40.8. So, okay. So, it is a 20 into 20 by 2 into 9.8. Okay, anyway, உங்களுக்கு வந்து 9.8 difficult இருக்குன்னு நினைச்சுக்கலாம். So just take it as a 10. So 20 will get cancelled. Answer 20. Height is equal to 20 meters. Answer. நான் வந்து 9.8 இருக்கு, உங்களுக்கு 9.8 difficult இருந்தா 10 எடுத்துக்கோங்க. So 10 எடுத்தா, so it is 20 will get cancelled, you'll get 20 meters. If you are taking 9.8, if you are taking 9.8, the answer will be 20.2 meters. This is your height h. Yes, ma, correct. Puzzle, correct. 20.3 approximately. ரொம்ப டிஃபிகல்ட்டா என்னன்னு எனக்கு தெரியலையே. So நீங்க வந்து 9.8 அப்புறம் வச்சுட்டு 2 times cancel பண்ணாலும் 200 by 9.8 வருது. 9.8 nearby எடுத்தாலும் it will be 20 point something தான் வரும் உங்களுக்கு. Okay, next question. Next question. Next question. Over. Note பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? ஆன்சர் வந்துச்சா? இன்னைக்கு என்னென்ன வேரியேஷன்ஸ் நிறைய வருது ஆன்சர்ஸ்ல. 1 வருது, 90, 60 வருது, 40 வருது. Okay, next question. Next question. A ball falls under gravity. A ball falls under gravity. A ball falls under gravity from a height of 10 meters. From a height of 10 meters. A ball falls under gravity from a height of 10 meters with an initial downward velocity u. With an initial downward velocity u. It collides with the ground. It collides with the ground, loses 50% of its energy. Loses 50% of its energy in collision. 50% of its velocity in collision. Okay, and then rises back to the same height. Find the initial velocity u. Find the initial velocity u. I'll repeat the question. A ball falls under gravity from a height of 10 meters. So assume there is a ball falls from a gravity at a height of 10 meters. Height of 10 meters with an initial downward velocity u. It collides with the ground, loses 50% of its total energy. Energy, when we are discussing, this is nothing but your total energy. 50% of its total energy. Okay, so in collision, and then rises back to the same height. After colliding, so it will rises back to the same height h. Okay, so same height h. Find the initial velocity u. This is your question. Now, when we are discussing about the total energy, now already solicited total energy is nothing but both potential energy plus kinetic energy. So total energy is equal to half m with your initial velocity, which is half m u square plus mgh. So this is your total energy. So in the total energy, in the object on the move. After colliding with the ground, what will happen? Either energy on the 50% loss side. So the energy after collision, so it is before collision. You can mention it is your before collision, and after collision, energy now 50% of its initial collision. So the initial is the final problem. So 50% on solomon, it is half m u square plus mgh. Half of mu square plus mgh. So with the 50% of its initial energy, it was bouncing back to the same height. When we are discussing of the same height, so it is nothing but your potential energy. Okay, it was matching your potential energy, which is mgh. Now what I'll do, I'm going to equate this relation with respect to mgh. So it is half mu square into half plus mgh is equal to mgh. Now we are going to equate these two relations, and with respect to these two relations, we are going to find your initial energy. Okay, just take this relation. So let's see the relation. So it is nothing but your half into half mu square plus mgh. It's nothing but I'll take the relation as 1 by 4 mu square plus half mgh is equal to mgh. So from this relation, 1 by 4 mu square is equal to mgh minus half mgh. So it is 1 minus half, it is mgh alone. 1 by 4 mu square. So mm will get cancelled. So from this relation, mm will get cancelled. So u square is equal to, it is 4 times, it is half will be there. So it is half 2 times. So it is 2gh. U square is equal to 2gh. So U is equal to square root of 2gh. Okay, so 1 minus half, it is half mgh, half of will get cancelled, 2 times it go. So U square is equal to 2gh. So G theorem, H theorem. So try to find the velocity. So remember, இங்க வந்து 50% collision ஆயிட்டு திரும்பி வந்து ஒரு particular heightல மூவ் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு. Again ஒரு potential energy இருக்கும். So அந்த எனர்ஜிக்கு இந்த total energy we are equating and we are finding the initial velocity. Try to find U.
$14.1, sir.
14.1, yes, ma, correct. So the answer is 14 approx. So U is 14 meters. 14, the energy is joules. Sorry, meter per second. U is 14 meter per second. Answer is 14 meter per second. கொஞ்சம் சீக்கிரம் பண்ணுங்க. So whatever we are discussing here, இது வந்து potential energy with respect to free falling and the law of conservation and potential energy relation questions தான் இது. Okay. Or note பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? Okay, fine, ma. So next one, next heading, potential energy of a spring. Next heading, potential energy of a spring. So இதுதான் நீங்க வந்து ஹுக்ஸ் லான்னு சொல்லிட்டு படிக்கிறீங்க. இந்த ஹுக்ஸ் லா வந்து திரும்பி நம்மளுக்கு ரிப்பீட் ஆயிட்டே இருக்கும் 1 or 2 cases. Hooke's law. So heading is potential energy of a spring. Now what I'll do, I'm taking a spring. The spring I'm connecting a mass. Spring I'm connecting a mass. So the initial displacement of the spring, I'll take it as x. உங்களுக்கு already தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். So it is nothing but your Hooke's law. So இது வந்து initial condition. What I'll do, நான் வந்து இந்த மாஸ்க்கு I'll apply some force. நான் வந்து pulling force apply பண்றேன். Because of the pulling force, என்னாகும் இந்த spring வந்து expand ஆகும். The spring வந்து expand ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு. So இதோட displacement வந்து I'll take it as x dash. Okay, again நான் வந்து இந்த force release பண்ணும்போது it will regain its original position. Again, it was regaining its original position. Now again what I'll do, so நான் இங்க வந்து push force apply பண்றேன். So I'm applying some pushing force. Pushing force apply பண்ணும்போது again இந்த spring ஓட displacement change ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு. I'll take it as x double dash. Again நான் இது வந்து force release பண்ணும்போது it will regain its original position. Will regain its original position. If you see the relation, so force apply பண்ணும்போது the displacement will be varying here. So from this relation we can write it as F is directly proportional to your displacement. F is directly proportional to your displacement. What are the force I am using here? This is nothing but your spring force. Okay, because of that it was regaining its original position. So force irundha displacement irukku. When it is releasing the force, it will regain its original position. Now if you see that, so proportionally, that is force depends upon your displacement. So when you remove the dependence, so they'll be having some proportional constant which is kx. Okay, so and if you see that inge vandu force na vandu release pandrena, it was regaining its original position. It was regaining its original position. Regaining its original position means idu vandu opposite to the force apply. ஏன்னா வந்து இது நான் வந்து push பண்ணும்போது shrink ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு. நான் release பண்ணும்போது இது force க்கு opposite direction the spring will travel. That means it is F is equal to minus kx, where k is nothing but your spring constant. K என்ன சொல்றோம்னா we called it as spring constant. Okay, so F is equal to minus kx, we call it as Hooke's law. F is equal to minus kx is your Hooke's law. So இதுல வந்து energy relation இருக்கு, energy stored in a spring. So இதுக்கு derivations எல்லாம் நான் வந்து பண்ணல. Energy stored in a spring, the relation is U is equal to half kx square. Remember this relation, energy stored in a spring is U is equal to half kx square. Half kx square. So this is your energy stored in a spring and the force relation here. Okay, remember this relation. Okay, ஒரு problem பண்ணலாம் இதுல. Note பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? So this force relation we call it as Hooke's law. K is your spring constant and K ஓட unit வந்து K is nothing but your force by the displacement. Force by displacement. So நீங்க வந்து force constant ன்னு சொல்றீங்க. இதுதான் Newton per meter. Spring constant, force constant ரெண்டுமே same units. Okay, Newton per meter. Done. So problem note பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Problem note பண்ணிக்கோங்க. A length of steel wire increases by 0.5 centimeters. The length of steel wire increases by 0.5 centimeters. 0.5 centimeters. 0.5 centimeters. Okay, when it is loaded with a weight of 5 kg, when it is loaded with a weight of 5 kg, calculate the first one, force constant. That force constant is nothing but K. First one, force constant, spring constant, rendu same da, which is equal to F by X. Force constant. Second one, work done in a stretching wire. So work done in a stretching wire and the potential energy both are same. So W is equal to half K X square. W is equal to half K X square. So try to find the force first, then find the spring constant or force constant, then find the work function. Okay, so இங்க வந்து உங்க displacement வந்து 0.5 centimeters கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Try to convert into meters, then find the force. So take small g as 10 meter per second square. Okay, so it is x and it is mass. So try to find k and work function. So K is equal to 10,000 Newton per meter. Yes, ma. Yes, correct only. 10,000 Newton per meter. Correct, ma. Try to find the work function for it. What is work function?
Zero 0.125, sir.
Yes, Mama. Thank you. நான் ரொம்ப நேரம் கத்துட்டு இருக்கேன். ஓகேவா? So just take it out. Answer note பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Okay. So we'll see the next question. We'll see the next question. Okay, is it over?
Yes, sir.
Next question. So a spring shown in figure, the spring shown in figure, the spring shown in figure. So this is your spring connected to your mass. The spring shown in figure, it is 4 kgs. Okay, and it is 10 newtons. A spring shown in figure has a force constant of 24 Newton per meter. Has a force constant of 24 Newton per meter. 24 Newton per meter. The mass of the block attached to the spring is 4 kgs. The mass of the block attached to the spring is 4 kgs. 4 kgs. Initially, the block is at rest. Initially, the block is at rest and the spring is unstretched. The spring is unstretched. Full stop. Spring is unstretched. Full stop. The horizontal surface is frictionless. The horizontal surface is frictionless. I'll repeat again. Spring as shown in figure has a force constant 24 Newton per meter. Mass is attached to the block. Okay. So of mass 4 kgs, initially the block is at rest. Spring is unstretched. It is on the frictionless surface. If a force constant, okay, if a constant horizontal force of 10 newtons, if a constant horizontal force of 10 newtons is applied on the block, constant horizontal force of 10 newtons is applied on the block, then what is the speed of the block? Then what is the speed of the block? What is the speed of the block when it has been moved? When it has been moved through a distance of 0.5 meters. It has been moved through a distance of 0.5 meters. 0.5 meters. So if a constant horizontal force of 10 newtons is applied on the block, then what is the speed of the block when it is moved through a distance of 0.5 meters? So we are going to find the velocity with which it was moving. Now we'll see the relation. They have given K, they have given the mass, we know the force, and we know the displacement. Now if you see that it is nothing but your law of conservation. It is nothing but your law of conservation. So in the law of conservation, so the work function or your total energy is nothing but your kinetic energy plus potential energy. Kinetic energy is because it was gaining some velocity. Kinetic energy another half mv square plus potential energy. Potential energy is nothing but your potential in this spring is nothing but half kx square. So it is your total energy or it is nothing but your work function. It is nothing but your work function. Okay, so total energy and work function rendu same because of the force which was acting on it. Force nala it was gaining some velocity. Okay, so what I'll do, this energy or the work function, I'll take it as a force into displacement. I'll take it as force into displacement. Okay, so W is equal to Fx, which is equal to half mv square plus your energy half k x square. Now, so எனக்கு வந்து velocity நான் find out பண்ணனும், k தெரியும், x தெரியும். Try to find the velocity. Try to find the velocity from it. I can rewrite the relation as fx minus half k x square is equal to half mv square. So either நீங்க வந்து value substitute பண்ணிட்டு try to find the relation. Do it, ma. Find the relation. Second. The velocity is v is equal to, it is 1 meter per second. So this is your answer. Okay, velocity is 1 meter per second. Just value substitute பண்ணிட்டு subtract பண்ணுங்க, you'll get the answer. Thus நீங்க வந்து ஆன்சர் ஆவது நோட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க, நீங்க அப்புறமா ட்ரை பண்ணுங்க ப்ளீஸ். நோட் பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? டன் சார். ஓகே சூப்பர் மேம். ஓகே நெக்ஸ்ட் क्वेश्चन மேம். நெக்ஸ்ட் क्वेश्चन. ஓகே, a ball of mass is dropped. Please இது ஆன்சர் மட்டும் நோட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Okay, we'll see the next question. Doubt இருந்தா you can ask me. Next question. A ball of mass m, a ball of mass small m is dropped. A ball of small m is dropped from a height h. A ball of small m is dropped from a height h. From a height h. H on a platform. On a platform. On a platform. Fixed at the top of a vertical spring. On a platform fixed at the top of a vertical spring as shown in figure. Fixed at the top of a vertical spring as shown in figure. So this is your vertical spring. Okay, this is your base and there is a tray and this is your mass of the object at a particular height. Okay, so when I'm dropping it, so what will happen? It will try to displace. So this is h plus x. Okay, I'll read the question again. A ball of mass is dropped from a height h on a platform fixed at the top of a vertical spring as shown in figure. The platform is depressed by a distance of x. The platform is depressed by a distance of x. What is the spring constant k? What is the spring constant k? We are going to find the spring constant k in this relation. Okay, I'll read the question again. So ball of mass m is dropped from a height h on a platform fixed at the top of a vertical spring as shown in figure. The platform is depressed by a distance x. What is the spring constant k? So it is small relation. Okay, now for example, if you see that ஒரு ball வந்து ஒரு particular height வந்து drop பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கு, ஒரு ball வந்து particular height வந்து நான் drop பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன்னா, so the height, the potential energy is nothing but your mg. But when it is dropping on the vertical spring, what will happen? இது வந்து depress ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு and there is a displacement x. Okay, ஒரு small displacement ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு. When there is a small displacement, so here the potential will be there. So when we are dropping it, when we are reaching here, what will happen? There is a loss in the ball. Potential energy will be lost in the ball. So potential energy lost in the ball, the relation is mg, the distance it is x plus x. The potential energy lost in the ball is mg into h plus x. Now we'll see the work function. So in the potential energy loss da inga vandu work function convert aayittu irukku. So inga potential energy loss da inga work function convert aayittu irukku. So that work function in the spring is nothing but again your potential energy itself, because it is nothing but your spring. Okay, so this relation is nothing but your half k x square. So inga loss on energy vandu inga gain aayittu irukku. So potential energy loss here is equal to potential energy gain in the spring. So both relations will be same, that is your conservation of energy. So potential energy lost is nothing but mg h plus x is equal to potential energy gain in the spring is nothing but half k x square. From this relation we are going to find the k spring constant. From this relation k is equal to mg h plus x into 2 by x square. So this is your relation for potential energy gain as well as potential energy loss. So it is your spring constant k. It is only small relation. Just take the relation. The formula mattum. Next we'll see the power, then we'll see your collisions. Note பண்ணிட்டீங்களா?
Sir.
Okay, my next one, power. Anyone tell me what is power? What is the formula for power?
Work done by time taken, sir.
Work done by time taken. Superman. So power is nothing but rate of doing work. So power is equal to work by time. or when you are discussing with respect to your force. So power can be force into your velocity. Power can be force into velocity. And can you tell me power scalar or vector quantity? Power on the scalar or vector? And what is the unit for power?
Scalar.
Scalar quantity, because there is no direction for power. Okay, and either a unit one, there are different types of units are there. Either a unit one, we can say it as a watt, W-A-T. So the symbol on the W. So power unit on the watt, or I can write it as joule per second, or I can write it as Newton meter per second. All are units for power. Okay, joule per second, work by time. So force Newton meter per second. Okay, or we can say the Newton watt. Okay, so these are your units. Now, these are conversions. So power conversions. 1 HP equal to 1 HP equal to how many watts? 1 HP equal to how many watts?
746, sir.
746. Yes, ma'am. 1 HP is equal to 746 watts. Remember this, problems la vandu varalam. And one more thing, when we are discussing about the energy, ingi vandu energy meters irukku. Unga veetla irukka energy meters illa meters readings irukku. And the energy meters vandu it will convert into kilowatt hour. Readings lo nama note pandrom. Kilowatt hour. There is a small unit conversion. 1 kilowatt hour equal to how many joules? 1 kilowatt hour equal to how many joules? So just convert kilowatt into watts and hour into seconds.
3.6 into 10 to the power 6, sir. Joule.
3.6 into 10 power 6. Good, ma. So 1 kilowatt hour equal to 3.6 into 10 power 6 joules. Just conversion kilowatt to watts convert panno. Watts is nothing but joule per second. Hours on the seconds lo convert panna 3600. So you'll get 3.6 into 10 power 6 joules. So these are your small conversions. Okay, right. So one problem, chinna problem pannala. Then we'll go to the next concept. Okay, so take a problem on this power. A man weighing 60 kg, a man weighing 60 kg climbs up a staircase. A man weighing 60 kg climbs up a staircase, carrying a load of 20 kg, on his head, carrying a load of 20 kg on his head. The staircase has 20 steps. The staircase has 20 steps. Each of height 0.2 meters. Each of height 0.2 meters. 0.2 meters. If he takes 10 seconds to climb, 10 seconds to climb, find his power. I'll repeat the question again. A man weighing 60 kgs climbs up a staircase carrying a load of 20 kg on his head. Okay, so the staircase has 20 steps, each of 0.2 meters height. Okay, so climbs in 10 seconds, find his power. Remember when the mass was when the object was climbing with respect to its mass. So mass and so we have to consider the two masses. So that is 60 kg plus 20 kg. So the total mass is 80 kgs. Mass theory. Now we'll see the height. Height is 20 steps. Remember 20 steps, each height on the 0.2. So the total height height is equal to 20 steps into 0.2. 20 steps into 0.2. So the total height is your 4 meters. Total height is your 4 meters. Now from this relation, try to find the power. Power another work by time. Remember, power and solver in your height but discuss control. Remember, work is nothing but your potential energy because it is at a particular height h. Okay, so work is equal to mgh by time. So this relation, try to find the power. Try to find power.
320 watts, sir.
So power is equal to 320. G value என்ன எடுத்திருக்கீங்க?
10, sir.
10, okay. 320 10. Right, ma. So it is 320 watts. If you are taking 9.8, it is 313.6 watts. Suppose you have the 9.8 எடுத்திருந்தா So it will be your answer 313. Okay. Next question. Note பண்ணிக்கோங்க. If doubt இருந்தா please ask me that. Or note பண்ணிட்டீங்களாமா?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next question. We'll see next question. இது நீங்களே ட்ரை பண்ணலாம். Okay. So a human heart discharges 75 ml of blood. A human heart discharges 75 ml of blood at each beat against a pressure of 0.1 meter of Hg. 0.1 meter of Hg. I'll repeat again. A human heart discharges 75 ml of blood at each beat against a pressure of 0.1 m of Hg. Calculate the power of heart assuming that pulse frequency is 80 beats per minute. Is 80 beats per minute. 80 beats per minute. I'll repeat the question again. The human heart discharges 75 ml of blood at each beat against a pressure of 0.1 m of Hg. Calculate the power of heart assuming that pulse frequency is 80 beats per minute. Okay, density of Hg is 13.6 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. 13.6 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. Okay, so this is your relation. Now one by we'll see. So என்ன கொடுத்திருக்காங்க, volume கொடுத்திருக்காங்க 75 ml volume கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. They have given the pressure, so 0.1 m of Hg. So when you're discussing about the 1 m of Hg, you are converting to the density. So just multiply these two. So that is your 0.1 into 13.6 into 10 power 3 into its gravitation acceleration due to gravity is 9.6. Okay, just convert this pressure into your relation. Okay, now so when you're converting, this is nothing but your pressure. Okay, now we got the pressure. Now we are going to find the relation. Power is equal to work by time. Power is equal to work by time. So when we are discussing about the power, இங்க என்னன்னா ஒரு work function பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம் per minute per beat base பண்ணி தான் work function இருக்கு. So here per beat base பண்ணி பார்க்கும்போது the work function is P into V, pressure into volume. Okay, but there are per minute it is 80 beats, so into 80. So work is equal to 80 into PV. Work is equal to 80 into PV. And we already got the time period. Time duration is nothing but your minutes. So time is your 60 seconds. So P is equal to 80 into P is pressure, V is volume by 60. Okay, so in pressure வந்து நான் வந்து இதோட density and acceleration due to gravity நான் convert பண்றேன். That is Newton per meter square. So it is 0.1 into its density into acceleration due to gravity. Volume வந்து 75 ml இருக்கு. We need to convert into volume. That is your meter cube per meter cube. So it is 75 into 10 power minus 6. 75 into 10 power minus 6 meter minus 3. So liters வந்து நான் வந்து volume நான் convert பண்றேன் meter cube. So this is your volume. Try to find the power from this. Try to find the function, work function.
3.9, sir.
How much, ma?
3.9.
No, ma. No, ma. Think பண்ணுங்க, check பண்ணுங்க. 80 into the power pressure is nothing but 0.1 into 13.6 into 10 power 3 into 9.8. Volume is 75 into 10 power minus 6 divided by 60. So the answer you will get around 1.33. Check பண்ணுங்க. The answer you are getting around 1.33. 1.33 watt. Check பண்ணுங்க.
Sir. Got, sir.
Okay. Others note பண்ணிட்டீங்களாமா? Or okay, next question. Next question. Okay, so a machine gun fires. Next question. So இதுக்கு ஆன்சர் வந்து 1.33 ஆன்சர் நோட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. நெக்ஸ்ட் क्वेश्चन நோட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Okay, so a machine gun fires 60 bullets per minute. A machine gun fires 60 bullets per minute. 60 bullets per minute. Okay, with a velocity of 700 meter per second. With a velocity of 700 meter per second. If each bullet has a mass of 50 grams. If each bullet has a mass of 50 grams. Mass of 50 grams. Find the power developed by the gun. Find the power developed by the gun. I'll repeat the question. A machine gun fires 60 bullets per minute with a velocity 700 meter per second. If each bullet has a mass of 50 grams. Find the power developed by the gun. Okay, so first we'll see the relation. So first mass கொடுத்திருக்காங்க 60 bullets per minute. Okay, so each velocity 700. So mass of the bullet பார்க்கலாம். So each bullet carries 50 grams of solid. There are 60 bullets are there. 60 into 50. 60 into 50. Okay, so this is your 3000 grams. 3000 grams. So இது வந்து கிராம்ஸ்ல இருக்கு. I need to convert into kgs. I need to convert into kgs. So it is nothing but your 3 kg of mass. Mass வந்து 3 kgs இருக்கு. Now velocity தெரியும், mass தெரியும், time period is nothing but per minute and கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. We need to convert into seconds. So time period is equal to your 60 seconds. Time period is your 60 seconds. So from this we are going to find the power. And remember இங்க வந்து velocity கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. It is not with respect to your height. It is with respect to velocity. So work function என்ன ஆகும்? W is equal to half mv square by the time period. Half mv square by time period. So try to find the power from this. பிரீத்தி ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? Okay, try to find the work function. இது power. So work is half mv square. So m தெரியும், velocity தெரியும், time period தெரியும். Try to find the power. 1225. Okay. So answer on the 12250 ma. Answer is 12250. Maybe நீங்க வந்து ஒரு 0 மிஸ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க, செக் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Answer is 12250. So அங்க வந்து 700 square இருக்கு. Remember 700 square இருக்கு. Okay, divided by 2 into 60. Mass வந்து it is your 3 kgs. So 12250 வருது. Check பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Answer 12250. Okay. Done? Okay, ma. Super. Okay, so next question. Next question. இது நீங்களே பண்ணுங்க. அது எப்படின்னு நான் சொல்றேன். Just try to do it. So next question. A man cycles up a hill. So the answer is 12250. Note பண்ணிக்கோங்க. So next question. Next question. A man cycles up a hill. A man cycles up a hill. Up a hill. Comma. Whose slope 1 in 20. Whose slope is 1 in 20. So it is 1 by 20. Whose slope is 1 by 20. 1 by 20 with a velocity of 6.4. With a velocity of 6.4 kilometer per hour. Velocity of 6.4 kilometer per hour along the hill. Along the hill. The weight of the man on the cycle is 98 kg. Weight of the man on the cycle is 98 kg. Weight of the man on the cycle is 98 kg. I'll repeat the question. A man cycles up a hill whose slope is 1 in 20 with a velocity of 6.4 kilometers per hour. Okay, along the hill. The weight of the man on the cycle is 98 kg. What work per minute? What work per minute is to be done? What work per minute is to be done? What is the horsepower? What work is to be done and what is the horsepower? We are going to find the work done and power. Work done and power. Now we'll see. So there is a slope. This is your slope. So from ground it was making angle theta. So this is your height and there is a cycle. Remember when we are discussing about the cycle from the hill, என்ன இருக்கு, இங்க வந்து கிராவிடேஷன் இருக்கு, mg sin theta இருக்கு, mg cos theta இருக்கு. நம்ம ஃபிரிக்ஷன்ல என்னென்ன டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிருக்கோமோ சேம் கண்டிஷன்ஸ் எல்லாமே இருக்கு. So நம்ம பார்க்கும்போது for this object it is mg cos theta and perpendicular to it is mg sin theta and opposite to it is there will be having some friction force and upward direction there will be having some normal reaction. Okay, so இங்க நான் பார்க்கும்போது the force with which it was moving f is equal to mg sin theta. Force is nothing but mg sin theta. So I'll take f is equal to mg sin theta. F is equal to mg sin theta. This is your force. Now எனக்கு வந்து mg sin theta தெரியும், theta தெரியாது because angle theta பத்தி நம்ம இன்னும் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணல. So here they have given the slope. Slope is your 1 by 20. This is nothing but your sin theta. Remember 1 by 20 is nothing but your sin theta. Okay, vertical condition based on discuss பண்ணும்போது so they will give the relation like this. Sin theta கொடுத்திருக்காங்க 1 by 20. Now we'll see the velocity. Velocity வந்து 64 kilometers per hour கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. We need to convert it to meter per second. And they have given the mass. And mass கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Time period வந்து it is per minute and சொன்னதுனால so time period I'll take it in seconds. So it is t is equal to 60 seconds. Okay, so first we are going to find the power. So power relation வந்து p is equal to force into velocity. P is equal to force into velocity and force is nothing but mg sin theta. So try to find the force, power, then find the work function. So W is equal to P into T. First find the power, then find the work function. So force வேணும்னா force is equal to mg sin theta. Just substitute பண்ணுங்க. தனித்தனியா find out பண்ணாதீங்க. Substitute பண்ணிட்டு try to find the power first. So power relation வந்து approximate is a 0. I'll give the relation. It is a 0.144. 0.144 HP. 0.144 HP horsepower. Okay, and work function on the work function is nothing but it is 5122.1. Work function on it is 5122.1 joules. So try to find the power and work. Do it. And G value, you can take G value as 9.8. G value is 9.8. Okay, next heading collisions. Make a heading collisions. Collisions la வந்து one dimensional collision இருக்கு, two dimensional collisions இருக்கு. Okay, so இப்போ நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணது one dimensional elastic collision. நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ண போறது one dimensional elastic collision. Okay, so heading collisions in one dimension. Heading collisions in one dimension. Okay, so நீங்க ஆல்ரெடி ஸ்கூல்ல படிச்சிருக்கீங்க collisions பத்தி. நான் வந்து full derivation பண்ண மாட்டேன். We require the relations and we require the problems from it. Now, one dimension collision. So what I'll do, general example பார்க்கறேன், general derivation பண்ணலாம். அந்த derivation base பண்ணி there are some special cases are there. Remember the special cases. Problems வந்து அந்த special cases base பண்ணி தான் வரும். Now, so the conditions are like, for example, assume there is a mass. There is a mass m1. ஒரு mass இருக்கு, there is mass m1. Now I am taking one more mass m2. So இதுல வந்து நான் mass 1 m1 greater m2 greater அது பத்தி நான் எதுவுமே டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணல. நான் general relations தான் நான் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கேன். So there are two masses, m1 and m2. Both are traveling with different velocities. So with velocities, it is u1 and it is velocity u2. Both are traveling with the different velocities in the same direction. Okay, after one particular point, what will happen? These two will try to collide. Rendu masses வந்து collide ஆயிட்டு. m2 and m1 will try to collide. So this is during collision. Okay, this is before collision. Okay, during collision என்ன ஆகும்னா the interchange of energies will be happening. So the energy interchange will be happening here. During collision, energy interchange will be happening, and after interchange of energies, அது திரும்பி வந்து travel ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு mass m1 with the velocity v1, mass m2 with the velocity v2. இதுல வந்து general relations தான், இது வந்து elastic collisions based பண்ணி தான் நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். Now refer it the before collision, during collision, and this is your after collision. Okay, now we'll see the relations. So இது எப்படி இருக்குன்னா, so when the energy was transferred, இதுல வந்து two types of energies இருக்கு, because we are discussing about the velocity here. So நம்ம வந்து momentum பத்தி டிஸ்கஸ் பண்றோம் and kinetic energy பத்தி டிஸ்கஸ் பண்றோம். Two relations இருக்கு. Now first condition, when we are discussing about the energies, remember energy எப்போ வந்து converge ஆகுமா, transfer ஆகுமா, when these two bodies are in contact பண்ணும்போது the energy transfer are happening. Now when we are discussing about the momentum first, okay, here mass m1 u1 plus mass m2 u2. Okay, this is your before collision. After collision, that is before collision and after collision, the energy will be constant. This is nothing but your law of conservation. So constant energy will be traveling. But energy on the with respect to momentum, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So this is your first equation with respect to momentum, because we are considering with respect to your directions and the relations with respect to velocities. Now second one, kinetic energies. Kinetic energy என்ன ஆகும்னா, again the energy will be transferring here. So half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square is equal to half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. Okay, so half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. So these are your energy relations with momentum as well as kinetic energy. இது நான் வந்து single dimensional motion தான் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்றேன். Now இந்த ரெண்டு relations, ரெண்டு equations பேஸ் பண்ணி we are going to find a relation. ரெண்டு equation பேஸ் பண்ணி ஒரு relation வந்து நம்ம find out பண்றோம். Now இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்றேன்னா, so masses m1 நான் செப்பரேட் பண்றேன், m2 நான் செப்பரேட் பண்றேன் with the momentum. So when you are doing the separation for mass m1, so m1 into u1 minus v1 is equal to m2 into u2 minus v2. Okay, m1 into u1 minus v1, m2 into u2 minus v2. Same thing with the kinetic energy. So same thing, half of will get cancelled in all the cases. m1 into u1 square minus v1 square is equal to m2 into u2 square minus v2 square. m2 into u2 square minus v2 square. So now the ரெண்டு divide பண்றேன். Masses will get cancelled. Okay, so it is a square minus b square. A square minus b square and the a plus b into a minus b. So what I'll do, I'll write this relation as into u1 plus v1. அதே மாதிரி இங்கே it is u2 minus v2. Okay, so this relation and this relation will get cancelled. Okay, only we'll get, so 1 by u1 plus v1, or I'll take the cross multiplication, u1 plus v1 is equal to u2 plus v2. Remember this relation. So in the relation based பண்ணி தான் we are going to find the final velocities v1 and v2. Okay, so suppose உங்களுக்கு வந்து v1 வேணும்னா v2 வந்து we are going to find substitute in momentum relation. in the first equation. So உங்களுக்கு வந்து v2 வேணும்னா v1 is equal v1 going to substitute in first equation. So in the relation we are going to find, now the derivation full பண்ண மாட்டேன், just remember this relation u1 plus v1 is equal to u2 plus v2. From this relation we are going to find the velocities v1 and v2. Now I'll give the final equations from these relations. Whatever we are discussing here, these are your elastic collisions, one dimension. v1 part. So v1 is equal to, I'll give the final equations. So v1 is equal to m1 minus m2. v1 is equal to m1 minus m2 into u1 by m1 plus m2 plus 2m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. So this is your velocity v1. This is your velocity v1. So in the relation la namakku theva. Okay, velocity v1. Now we'll see the velocity v2. Velocity v2. So v2 is equal to opposite to the v1. So it is m2 minus m1 into u2 by m1 plus m2 plus it is 2m1 u1 by m1 plus m2. So these are your velocities v2. Okay, so v1 and v2. Take this relation. Idhula on the special cases irukku, one by one we'll see. Not pantingla?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma. So first case, I'm just erasing it. First case, if two masses are same, if rendu masses on the same irukku, masses rendu same irukku, collision aanadhukku apparama final velocities enna agum? First special case, masses rendu same irukku. Masses rendu same irukku. Okay, so adoda relation enna varumna, masses rendu same irukku, energies வந்து interchange ஆகும். When I substitute the relation v1 v2 ல substitute பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா masses, so v1 is equal to u2. உங்களுக்கு என்ன வரும்? v1 is equal to u2 வரும். அதே மாதிரி v2 is equal to u1 வரும். எப்போனா masses ரெண்டு சேம் ஆ இருந்தா. Second condition, masses ரெண்டு சேம் ஆ இருக்கு. Okay, and இதோட second object ஓட initial velocity is 0. So that means m1 m2 ரெண்டு சேம் ஆ இருக்கு. இதுல initial velocity, second object ஓட initial velocity வந்து u2 0 இருக்கு. So when u2 is equal to 0, second object வந்து rest condition இருக்கு, first object base பண்ணி தான் move ஆயிட்டு. Then what will happen? So இப்போ v1 வந்து 0 இருக்கு. நான் final relations தான் நான் கொடுத்திருக்கேன். So if you want, you can substitute it. Doubt is you can ask me. So u2 is equal to u1. Okay, ஏனா v1 வந்து 0 ஆயிடும், v2 மட்டும் தான் travel ஆகும். So 1 இது ரெண்டு collide ஆனதுக்கு அப்புறம் mass m1 வந்து அங்கே hold ஆயிடும். So m2 மட்டும் தான் travel ஆகும் with the same velocity. So this is your second condition. Third special case வந்து, so if mass m1 is much lesser than m2, and u2 is equal to 0. So m1 வந்து சின்ன object, m2 வந்து bigger object, much bigger compared to m1, and m2 வந்து rest condition இருக்கு. Then what will happen to its velocity? So இது சின்ன object, இது பெரிய object. When it is traveling, இது வந்து hit ஆனதுக்கு அப்புறம் it will try to bounce back with the same velocity. ஆனா m2 வந்து rest condition இருக்கு. So v1 is equal to minus u1. So v2 is equal to 0. So fourth condition. If mass m1 is much greater than m2, and u2 is equal to 0. If mass m1 is much greater than m2 and u2 is equal to 0, then v1, ஏனா இது வந்து mass m1 வந்து greater இருக்கு m2 விட, so v1 வந்து என்ன ஆகும்? v1 is equal to u1 தான் இருக்கும், but v2 வந்து twice its velocity. It is 2u1. These are the four different conditions. Elastic collisions lo four different conditions. In the conditions ரொம்ப important. Okay, so இது வந்து மக் பண்ற மாதிரி எதுவுமே இருக்காது, ஜஸ்ட் அந்த ஃபார்முலா மட்டும் மெமரைஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க, அது பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ண ஈஸி தான். Okay, so this is your elastic collision. Okay, so next classல நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம்னா, இது பேஸ் பண்ணி we'll do some more problems. அதே மாதிரி 2 dimension collision இருக்கு, அதே மாதிரி different types இருக்கு, like elastic, inelastic, perfectly inelastic னு சொல்லிட்டு there is a concept. So then we'll start your rotational motion நாளைக்கு. Okay, so இந்த problems வந்து simple தான். So values கொடுக்கிறது, values base பண்ணி substitute பண்ணிட்டு, okay, you are going to getting the answers. இது வந்து 1 or 2 sums பண்ணிட்டு then we'll start the rotation motion. So tomorrow we'll start the rotation motion. Okay, right, ma. So any doubts? Have you taken this one? Not particular. So any doubts? Okay, so tomorrow we'll see that rotational motion and the balance your collisions part. Okay, so tomorrow we'll see that.